Am I the a-hole for telling my wife that my life would be better without her? My wife, Anne, and I have been married for 13 years. I am 43 and she is 46. We do not have children. When we first began dating, nobody could make me happy like Anne. She always seemed to know exactly the right thing to say to me when I was down, but over the past decade or so, she has really started to show her true colors. And a lot of what her ex-husband said to me about her has begun to make more sense. I mean, how? When did you talk to the ex-husband? That seems very not normal to me. For example, I have a very high-stress job. People bring me problems and I fix those problems. But when I get home, 9 times out of 10, Anne just has more problems to throw on my plate. She doesn't work, so she's free to do anything she wants to solve said problems during the day. But lately, she has even begun making lists of things that she wants me to do after I work all day. But my biggest issue with Anne is that I can't ever really open up to her about anything. Whenever I talk about something bad that happened to me, she'll either try to one-up me or agree with the person who wronged me. Last Friday, I had a horrible day. There was an enormous problem at work that basically all fell on my shoulders to solve. When I was crossing the street after work, I had a green signal and a bicycle blew through a red and side clipped me. The cyclist yelled expletives at me and then rode away. I thought about calling the police because it was technically a hit and run, but there was probably nothing they could do. When I got home, desperate, I talked to Anne about what happened. She listened and then immediately took the cyclist's side. I reiterated that the cyclist ran through a red light, to which she responded that cyclists aren't obligated to stop. When I told her she was wrong and tried to put the issue to rest, she began frantically Googling laws. She found that in our state, they can treat lights like a stop sign. She began triumphantly reading the law to me loudly, word for word, getting louder when I kept trying to tell her that I wasn't interested. Is that actually real? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. At the end of her spiel, she gave me this incredibly arrogant look as if she was right. I just stared at her for a second and then said my life would be better without her. She got incredibly upset, shrieked at me until her voice was hoarse, and then packed a bag and left to stay with her parents. She has texted me all weekend demanding an apology, but I haven't responded. Did I do something unforgivable here? God, are you guys gonna get fucking mad at me? I want to go with everyone sucks here again. The number one question I have is, how much have you talked about this with her? Have you told Anne that when you get home from work, you don't want more problems to fix, and that since she has free time, it should be her responsibility to fix those problems? On top of that, have you told her like, hey, when I complain to you, I just want you to validate me. That's it. I don't want you to one-up me or tell me that I'm wrong. The reason I think this isn't everyone sucks here is I would put money on their communication sucking. And on top of that, like when your wife does something that upsets you, the answer isn't to tell them that you wish they weren't in your life because it would be better. The answer is to tell them, hey, you doing this makes me very upset and I don't want to be around you right now. Sorry, make a definitive decision challenge? No, I am making a definitive decision here, Connor. I'm saying both the wife and OP suck. These problems aren't completely one-sided. It's not like OP's the angel who didn't do anything wrong and his wife is a literal terrorist. It's like the wife is immature and she doesn't know how to be a good partner. OP, on the other hand, shouldn't communicate or try to solve a problem by being like, I wish you weren't in my life. You want to know how many problems that's probably fixed? This many. I'm down to be definitive if there is somebody who is definitively not the a-hole, but all these problems just seem like communication errors. And in that situation, they're both the source of the problem for that. Just like be better at communicating. I guess you could say Anne is more of the a-hole, but like the fact that the everyone sucks here thing exists implies that like if both the people suck, we should point that out.